Solve a two-step equation for you so you could see how a two-step equation like this is solved, how it works. So what we want to do is isolate this x or get it by itself. So we want to somehow take care of this 7, take care of this 3, and get them to be on the other side of the equation. So before I do that, let's talk about this equation. It's an equation because it has an equal sign, and we have the left side of the equation and the right side of the equation. And what we do to one side of the equation, we want to do to the other side of the equation in order to keep the equation balanced, in order to make sure this equal sign is valid. So what we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other side of the equation. Okay, so we've got this side of the equation, the left side and the right side. So whatever I do to the left, I must do to the right. Okay, so for this problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 7 to both sides. You want to add 7 to both sides. And then here, negative 7 plus 7, we know that that's equal to 0. Negative 7 plus 7. If you look at the number line, this is where the negative numbers are. This is where the positive numbers are. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I need to start at negative 7. And then I'm adding 7, so I want to walk in the positive direction 7 units from negative 7, and I should end up at 0. So negative 7 plus 7 is 0. We're convinced of that, just looking at our number line. And so they cancel out. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. And so all we have on the left side of the equation is 3x, and on the right side of the equation we have 27. And now this is a one-step equation. There's just one step that I need to take here in order to solve for x. And what I need to do is to undo that multiplication. 3 is being multiplied by x. So I want to undo that multiplication by doing the opposite operation. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I need to divide both sides by 3, and that'll cancel out that 3 on the left side. Now I'm left with x is equal to 27 over 3, and now I just need to calculate what is 27 over 3. That's equal to 9, and that's my solution. Okay. Couple things. You can see this written horizontally, so instead of doing plus 7 vertically the way I did it here and stacking, you will see some people write it like this. Plus 7 plus 7. I add 7 to both sides of the equation. And then here they cancel out. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0. So you just get 3x is equal to 27. And then divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 9. So either way, either case, it's the same idea. The last thing that I want to mention is right here at this step, 3x is equal to 27. Dividing both sides by 3 is the same thing as multiplying both sides of the equation by 1/3. So that's going to be the same, and the intuition here is actually pretty straightforward, but pretty interesting too. So just looking at this left side, 1/3 times 3x, that's the same as 1/3 times 3 times x. And then what we can do here to multiply these is realize that this 3 is the same as 3 over 1. So all we're doing is 1/3 times 3 over 1 times x. And if you know your fraction multiplication really well, you know that you just need to multiply the top numbers. 1 times 3 is 3, and then you just need to multiply the bottom numbers, called the denominators. 3 times 1 is 3, and then we still got the x there. And then again, if you know your fractions really well, you know that this is just 1. So this is actually 1 times x, which is the same as just x. Right? So here, pretty interesting, you can do divide both sides by 3, or you can multiply both sides by 1/3, and in both cases, the 3 would cancel out. So here, this 3 cancels out with this 3 because of this intuition. This is our intuition. This is our thought process. This is like the process of us convincing ourselves, yes, the 3 will cancel out with the 1/3. And you do just end up with x on the left side of the equation. On the right side, 27 over 3, that's going to be equal to 9. So hopefully that helped you understand how two-step equations are solved. And if you have any questions, further questions, let me know. I will see you in the next video.